Well, watermelon crop years ago meant a lot to Florida. It was a lot of our, it was a big income in Florida. You know, we grew, you may not think about this, but when we grew watermelons, and it's still that way. Our watermelon sales is dependent on when the snow and the ice melts from Pennsylvania north. When that snow and ice melts, that's where all of our watermelons go. Them people's been in them inside for 4 to 6 months. And if you hit right and them people's out spending money, you'll make a pile of money. If you hit it wrong, you're just gonna sit in a lull and not make any money. Watermelons are the 1 in 5 year profit margin. You make it 1 in 5 years, so you better make it big and save some of it. But I mean, you know, I'll tell you one of my stories from watermelon field. This happened to me when I was a kid. Duberly and Chapman, they was 2 highway patrolmen. Chapman's daddy had a little gas station over on 52 and 41. And one night I was out with some old gal coming down 41 over there, and I had a hot rod truck. And we had just started picking watermelons. And I was coming down 41, and Chapman stopped me. And I'd been drinking, I'd been partying, I was sure speeding. And he said, son, he said, I'm gonna tell you something. He said, you take this truck and you go home. But he said, you be at my watermelon field in the morning and you bring a crew of boys. Well, we packed, he was at Epperson's and Santa Ana, and I was a packer back then. I packed the trailer, that's all I did. 1,800 melons to a trailer and get another trailer. And I worked and I worked and I worked, and I just knew he was gonna tell my daddy what I did. And we got all finished. He paid everybody every day. I never got a penny. And I didn't say nothing. I knew I was in trouble. I could go to jail because he drove up to the school one day and parked beside me, and he said, come here, boy, I got something for you. And I'll take my hat off to Mr. Chapman, and Duberly was with him. They said, we knew we had you, but here's your money for packing. And the man paid me for it. And I tell you what, I worked a long time for them boys right there. I worked almost a month for nothing, thinking that I was gonna go to jail, but they did pay me, both of them. Both of them come up there together and paid me, but I was sweating. I was sweating where my money was. My mom and daddy wanted to know where my money, where are you making money at? What are you doing with it? I'm like, I'm just spending it. But back then it wasn't much money, but it was a lot of money to me.